Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Just before we get into today's video, I just want to say that this video is about my baby who is currently on the way. It's still in my wife's belly is what I mean. We're only almost 21 weeks, okay? So just, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, if it's not baby related that you're looking for, go ahead and skip this video. Won't hurt my feelings. This video is really for me, and I just want to talk about a few things. So if any soon-to-be parents out there are, out there and you want to just kind of chime in, that's cool. Or any other people, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. But like I said, if you're not interested, if you came here looking for a soap video or something like that, it's not going to be today. I just want to say, number one, thanks for watching. So I'm just gonna get right into it. To start, I have been super busy. Like, October has just not been my month. And I really mean it's not been my month because I've been doing literally everything for everyone else. Not that big of a deal. I have not been able to work on my nursery because I've been so busy doing everything else. So after yesterday, I can finally sit down and actually start, tearing the room apart and getting it ready for a baby. But now I'm going to get into some other things. Number one, let me back up a little bit. Sorry, you got to follow me here. I'm here, there, everywhere. I went to a wedding Saturday. It was my youngest brother's. He's got a nice little daughter, and he's just married a wonderful woman. And, they're good people. Anyway, I was going to film a video about the wedding and just not really film the people, but just, make a video about the wedding and kind of show the reception and kind of, but what ended up happening was both of my brothers got shit-faced drunk and I ended up kind of babysitting. So that went out the window. And I went to Cracker Barrel the other day and they had soap there and I was going to pick some up. However, I got violently ill after eating and I just left. So I was going to stop and get some. So I was going to have a soap video, Cracker Barrel soap video. But I guess I can just go back and, pick it up on the way home. But haven't been able to. So anyway, so just, bear with me. I'm sorry for the lack of content, but there will be better videos coming up in the future. Now that that's out of the way, let me move on to the new thing. So we had an appointment with a quote unquote high risk doctor to see if my wife was going to be for a high risk pregnancy. And it was the anatomy scan too, which means they count all the little fingers and all the toes and everything else that's supposed to be there. And I can't lie to you guys. I was so terrified. Me and my wife were terrified because our luck is just not that great. It's not. And I'm even surprised that we're having a baby. After the over 2 years we tried to have a baby, and then all of a sudden, here we are having this perfect boy. It just messes with my mind. But, we worried to death. I was like, I was hoping that everything would be okay, and I was worried, I guess. I was worried that something was going to be wrong. And to be honest, I didn't know if something was wrong. I don't know if... I don't think I could have handled it, if you know what I mean. I think it would have broke me. And it definitely would have broken my wife. And luckily, everything was fine. Everything went fine. So, you soon-to-be parents out there, if you're trying to do the same thing that we're doing, just take a breath. Just take a breath. No, it's hard to do. It was, I'm just going to skip over that because, let's be real, you're going to worry until that baby gets in your arms. And then you're going to keep worrying about other things. So that's just the way the world works. And I've come to accept that. So no matter how many times somebody can tell me that like everything's gonna be fine, I'm still gonna worry, and I guess that's just part of it. But everything was fine. They counted everything. All the organs were there. However, I think she told us that they like to get like 14 pictures of the heart, 14 or so pictures of the heart, because our baby was so stubborn and would not move. We were not able to get. I think we got about half the pictures they wanted. So now we got to go back, and he was doing this like covering half his face. So we got to go back in 4 weeks and try again to get the rest of the pictures. So thank you, son. Appreciate that. But everything that we know right now is the baby's good, heart rate is perfect, it's normal, everything is normal, and maybe at the end of the video I'll share a couple pictures of the baby, and hopefully you guys are nice. But the pictures aren't that great, and I'm not really sure why. But I'm glad I got something over nothing. But anyway, so my wife also, years ago, she had some surgeries done because, she had a hernia surgery that was botched. And to make up for that, they did a tummy tuck. And she also had a breast reduction that was recommended to her. So her OB today had, sat her down and was basically saying, like, they really should have waited until after you had your kids, until you had all the kids you wanted to do these. And knowing my wife, she definitely would have waited. She definitely would have liked to have waited. So now that's another thing, that's out there on the table that could possibly come back to bite us in the ass. Because, I was with her when she did these things, but she was like a teenager. She didn't know these things. Nobody told her these things. It was basically forced upon her. And now it comes back, pretty much they're telling us, they should have not done that. So that's kind of got me worried a little bit. And I think what it is, like with the tummy tuck, they said, like, there's so much scar tissue, which is really not that much, but to do a C-section, they were basically saying that, there would be a whole lot of complications involved. So they want to do they're like, well, basically you have to do a vaginal birth. So that's got my wife all fucked up in the head because, she's like, well, what if I can't do a vaginal birth? What if I have to do a C-section? And I'm like, well, the baby's got to come out one way or another, so if they got to do a C-section, they're going to do a C-section. We just don't want all the complications. So that's got me, up there, worried. But never in a million years would I have thought that, doctors would just do whatever and, basically... I guess they were under the assumption that she would, never have kids, and that's why they would just do these surgeries without even, explaining the risks to either my wife or her mom and dad. That's a little fucked up. I don't know, that's a little out there. I don't really agree with that, and but it's over and done with. Too late to dwell on that. But anyway, oh hell. I love it. I love it. I just want everything to be fine. You know what I mean? I just want everything to be okay. And I'm sure it will be. I just worry. And she does too. Anyway, I'm going to get back. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to talk about the anatomy scan. First off, I just want to say that it actually breaks my heart that some people will never get to experience these things. Some people out there never will feel the joy of seeing these things, and that actually tears me to shreds. because there for a long time, it took over 2 years for me and my wife to even conceive. It was so, there for a long time, I just, kind of, towards the end, like actually right before she got pregnant, I was coming to the terms, I was trying to ease myself into the fact that maybe I wasn't going to have children. So I was kind of coming to that realization that, it's possible that I may not have a kid. And, naturally anyway. So I was kind of coming to terms with that. And, it made it just a little bit easier. But still, I've how it is. If you are trying, and because this is how it went for us. It was like day one that we, me and her sat down and we're like, all right, we're definitely gonna try. We're trying now. No more birth control, no more condoms, none of that. Which we weren't really using them anyway. Condoms, that is. So it was like day one. Everybody and their brother, everybody just was pregnant. And then, we were just left in the dust, and everybody saying, like, well, you guys should have a kid. You all should have a kid. Why aren't you having a kid? Why aren't you having babies? Don't do that, by the way. Grandparents out there, do not do that. Do not do that to your son, your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter, your niece, nephew. Don't do that. Just don't. Okay? Thank you. Because you never know what they're going to go through. You never know what they're going through. Because that's what happened to me. Everybody, I had, and they always say the same thing, like, oh, well, we weren't even trying. Whoops. Oh, you weren't trying? Okay. Oh, that's cool. So y'all are just built different, I guess. Just, perfect. Perfect. You had sex one time? You got pregnant? Wow. Man. Anyway. Yeah, just don't do that. But, anyway, it was so wild to see him move. I saw his little hands moving, kicking up a storm, and it was just so crazy. I saw the little facial features. It wasn't as crystal clear or even, clear. I could make out what things were supposed to be, and that's about it. But I will say this, it was odd and kind of hilarious. Me and my wife laughed about it, that the very first thing we saw was his genitalia. It was just like, immediately, it was like taint, dick, and balls. So I was like, well, even the tech was like, well, you're definitely having a boy. I was like, well, that's, great, nice confirmation. But it was so crazy. It was so wild to see all that. And I know it's going to keep getting even crazier, especially like maybe with some of these like 4D ultrasounds, like where you get to see like a realistic version. That'll be crazy. That's going to blow my whole entire mind. And I'm so ready. So ready. But, man. All I want, though, is a happy, healthy baby. Doesn't matter. That's all I want. That's all I can ask for. I guess that's it. I guess that's everything I have to say. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's been a long month, and it's still not even really over with. If I don't upload anything from now until Halloween, happy Halloween. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If you're pregnant, congratulations. If you're trying, congratulations. But yeah. Thanks for listening.